Hey guys. So if my scheduling is correct and I get this video out on time, today is September 21st, which is my 6-year K-pop stan anniversary. Woo! It's been a crazy 6 years. It feels like I've been a K-pop stan my entire life. My God, oh my goodness, it feels like it's been forever. And many groups have been added to the roster. Yep. But I did start out as just a BTS popper. So I thought, since it's my anniversary, I will tell you guys the story and how I even got into K-pop in the first place. This video was actually supposed to come out before KCON, but it didn't get done in time, which is good because now I can use it as an anniversary video. Right. That was always the plan. Like, that was always the plan. So I'm gonna be telling you guys the story and how I got into K-pop. But while I tell you the story, I'm gonna be doing my nails. Yep, a little two for one video. I started doing my nails literally at the beginning of August because I was tired of paying over $100 for each set when all of the supplies were less than $100 on Temu. The set that I'm doing in the video was my KCON set. Since then, I have new nails, which I also did myself. They're like 3 weeks old though, so like don't look too close. Pochaco nails. Disclaimer, I am not a professional. Like, I don't have any certificates in doing nails. Like, I didn't go to nail tech school. And all of my supplies are hella cheap because I got them on Temu. So like, this is not a tutorial. This is not a tutorial for how to do gel X. I'm just showing y'all how I did them so that it's not just me talking to the camera. Like, it's a little bit of visual stimulation for you. If you want to know how to do gel X nails, look up tutorials on YouTube. That's what I did. I literally only watched like 3 tutorials and then I bought the stuff and then I did it. So I don't think it was that hard, but I'm probably definitely doing a lot of things wrong. So yeah, I do not follow what I'm doing. Also, terrible filming. The camera angle was so bad. My head was in the way for a lot of it. I tried to cut out most of it, but yeah, if I ever do this again, I will figure out a better angle situation. I promise. I think that's it. Anyways, I think those are all of my pre-Storytime announcements. Without further ado, let's get into it. Golf swing. Okay, so if this is your first time ever seeing me, or you know absolutely nothing about me, the first thing you should know is that I am a stan. Like, that is my full-time job actually. Like, one thing about me, I'm gonna stan something or someone. So before I was even a K-pop stan, I was still already on stan Twitter. If you want a little more background or like a breakdown on my past stanships, I made basically like a Maya stan documentary for my senior thesis exhibition this past April, which is on my page, and I will also link it here. But anyways, long story short, my biggest stanship before K-pop was actually Colleen Ballinger. AKA Miranda Sings. Obvi, I no longer stan given the recent events surrounding her, and I have broken all of our mutuals on every social media platform, but I did watch her videos from like 8th grade all the way through high school and college, and literally only stopped watching her videos when she stopped uploading back in June and all this shit came to light. But I need y'all to know, like, I need this to be so crystal clear. Like, I no longer support or follow her. Like, I'm just giving y'all the breakdown on like what my life was like before K-pop. So anyways, me and her used to run real deep, and I was very involved in that Twitter fandom. So much so that I would say, I mean, not to like eat my own ass or anything, but I would say a lot of people who were in the fandom in like 2015, 2016 probably know me or know of me. And even Colleen herself knew me by my username. Yeah. However, in September of 2016, Colleen and her ex-husband Josh announced their divorce, which shook not only me, but literally the entire fandom and all of my friends to our very core. I did not know it then, but that probably was the catalyst of me getting into K-pop. The months following that divorce were rocky, to say the least. Not only did I stan Colleen, but I also stan Josh kind of by default. So it was really hard on, 15-year-old Maya to watch my two faves going through such a public divorce. And the fandom kind of started picking sides and dividing down the middle between, Colleen and Josh. And a lot of my friends and mutuals pretty much just up and left the fandom and converted to locals. Right. I tried to stick it out for as long as I could, but it really was not the same. I, however, do not have a local gene in my entire body, so I was kind of just jumping around from a lot of different fandoms for about a year. Again, if you want the breakdown, go watch my evolution of mya.alissa video. So yeah, that made me pretty open to anything, like standing anybody. I was a go for. In May of 2017, BTS went to the AMAs. Was it the AMAs? BBMAs? I don't know. One of them award shows that happened in May. They went to it for the first time. I think it was the BBMAs. But that was like their first appearance on American TV, and it was also the first time that I had ever seen them or had even heard of K-pop. I remember I was shocked that there were 7 of them. Like, I couldn't even fathom a group having more than 5 members, like One Direction or Fifth Harmony. And I was also shocked that they won an award despite me never having heard of them, which sounds like the world revolves around myself. But like I said, I was heavily involved in stan culture. So I was like, how are these people this popular? And I've never even heard of their name before. But yeah, after the AMAs, I was like, okay, they look kind of cool. And I checked them out on YouTube. I watched the Blood, Sweat, and Tears music video, and I really liked it. You would think that my K-pop era started then, but I actually forgot about them for a few months, unfortunately. That coming summer, I was really into Descendants 2, which is crazy. Like, I know that sounds crazy because I was literally 16 years old standing a Disney movie. But like Descendants 2 and like all the hype around it, like the cast and the cast interviews, like I was really into it. But then once the movie came out and the interviews stopped, I kind of fell out of that. Now, a key part of my standing tendencies is that I have a very, very short attention span. So like, if we are not constantly getting new content and updates and like, new things are not happening, I will lose interest extremely quickly. Like, even to this day, like with groups who aren't as active, like I'm not gonna stay interested. So that's why it's harder for me to stand like movies or like things that have like a definite end. Okay, now this brings us into September 2017. Okay, this next part might sound a little bit off topic, but please bear with me. It'll all make sense in a second. So we all know Stranger Things, right? We're all aware of what Stranger Things is. Well, every time a new season drops, I re-enter my Stranger Things era. I've been having Stranger Things eras since season 1. Like, I've been tuned in since the beginning. 2017 is when season 2 started coming out. Like, all of the promo and stuff started like September. So I was re-entering my Stranger Things era. Not to mention it, the clown movie with Pennywise, also came out in the beginning of September, which Finn Wolfhard stars in. I mean, put 2 and 2 together. I don't like scary movies. Like, I'm really not a fan of scary things. Like, bitch, even Monster House scares me. But I had to tune into it to support my cousin Finn, because that's what you do when you stan. So in September, I was very much in my It and Stranger Things era. Like, I was all into the cast for both of them. And that led to me making a lot of new mutuals on Twitter. Now, this is where the K-pop comes in. One day, September 21st to be exact, I was just scrolling on Twitter, and one of my new mutuals had retweeted a tweet, and it was on my timeline. And I wish I could find the original tweet, but it's literally been 6 years, so I don't have it anymore. But it was like one of those videos. It was like really popular in like 2017, 2018, 2019, like stan culture. And it was like people would edit a bunch of like dub smash dance videos together with a song playing in the background that matched the vibes of the dancing. Or sometimes it didn't match. Sometimes it would be a really slow song and they would be dancing like hella hard. But it was like one of those kind of videos. And the song that was playing in the background was in Korean. And I looked through the comments of the tweet and any of the quotes, but it wasn't like a big tweet. Like, it wasn't viral or anything. Like, it was just a regular tweet. So there wasn't that much engagement on it. I couldn't find the name of the song, but it was so good, y'all. Like, it was so good. So I literally just went to YouTube and searched K-pop. Like, that was it. I didn't have a name to go with. I didn't have a song name to go with. Like, I had nothing. All I knew that it was in Korean. So I literally just searched K-pop. Now, this must have been fate or something, but it is important to know that literally 3 days prior to this happening, BTS dropped DNA and Love Yourself Her. And she was doing numbers. Like, she was gaining real quick. As we know now, most people would say that Love Yourself Her was what made BTS like really, really gain in the Western world. Like, that's what made them blow up in the US, like even more so. So she was very viral. She was going viral. She was doing her big thing. And so naturally, when I searched K-pop on YouTube, that was the first video to pop up. And immediately I remembered watching Blood, Sweat, and Tears a few months back. And I was like, oh my God, I know them. So I clicked it. I'm watching it. You know, it's going good. Jungkook doing his little whistling part. And then literally the second Tay turned around, it was over for me. Like, that was it. They got me. They hooked me. I don't know, like, y'all, DNA Tay has such a strong hold on me. That silver, oh my God, I can't even, like, oh my God. So yeah, that was it. A few years actually after this happened, you know, after I had already been into K-pop, I had started liking more groups and whatnot. I thought back to my K-pop stan origins, and I was like, maybe I can find that original tweet that got me back into K-pop. So I went through my account, which took forever, and I literally found it. Y'all, when I clicked on that video and I heard the song, it was not DNA. First of all, it was not DNA. It was not even BTS. You know what the song was that I heard that literally got me into K-pop? It was Back to You by NCT, specifically like the bridge, like kind of towards the end part. Yeah, crazy. Imagine if I had figured out the name of the song or like the group that was singing it. I would have been an N citizen right now instead of an army. That is crazy. I mean, I still fucks with NCT. Like, I love me some Back to You. I love me some Glitch Mode. Love me some Hello Future. Like, I like a good handful of NCT songs. Bitch, 7 Cents. Right, that's my shit. But like, man, that's crazy. I could have been a whole different person. Because I feel like if I didn't start off as an army, I would not maybe have liked the groups that I like now. Who knows? Like TXT? Anyways, I'm getting off track. So yeah, I got into K-pop September 21st, 2017. I posted on my Finsta. Y'all, I think I'm about to start staying in BTS. Like, because also at the time, like, it was really not that common, at least not to my knowledge, for people to be like out K-pop stans. Like, if anybody was a K-pop stan and they was my friend, bitch, they was in the closet because I didn't know. And also, like, after the BBMAs, they kind of, you know, people, you know, the usual xenophobic ass jokes about K-pop groups. People was making them. And so I posted on my Finsta that I was standing BTS, and everybody was like, oh my god, girl, no, don't do it. Like, oh my god, not you about to be a K-pop stan. Like, nobody was on my side, but I did not let that deter me, and I then dove in head first. The thing about K-pop is, remember I said I have a really, really short attention span? Right. You don't get a break. You do not get a break as a K-pop stan, especially if you're a multi. At the time, I was only into BTS, but I had a lot to catch up on because, you know, they debuted in 2013 and it was 2017. So I had 4 years of content to catch up on, and I did not waste a second. Like, I feel like overnight, my entire personality just became BTS. Like, I feel like if I was my friends at the time, I would have been so fucking annoyed at how much I talked about them. But, like, I literally could not help it. Like, it was bad, y'all. Like, it was really, really bad. I didn't have, like, the average Koreaboo phase. I mean, well, I wouldn't call it a Koreaboo phase. I had, like, 1 week of trying to learn Korean. But that was it. Not that learning Korean is Koreaboo, but you know, the you know, like, the stereotypical baby K-pop stan. I don't even know what to call it. So anyways, yeah, back to 2017. So after I got into BTS, I was like, okay, my Twitter is becoming a bit too jam-packed. Like, I had been using the same Twitter account since I was 12 or maybe 11. Since I was 11. April of 2013, I made my Twitter account, right? And since then, I had been in like 10 plus fandoms. So I had mutuals from like every corner of stan Twitter you could think of. And I was like, this is getting a bit too crowded. Like, I can't be representing this many fandoms on one account. Like, that's messy. So I made a second Twitter account that would be for BTS and Stranger Things. Obviously, like I said, once Stranger Things, the season comes and goes, I fall out of that phase. So my second account turned into basically just my BTS stan account. And that is where I made all of my first mutuals on K-pop Twitter. The months after that, I was pretty much just a BTS shooter for like 3 months. And then in like December, I think, I got into Red Velvet and Twice. Those were the next two girl groups, or next two groups in general I got into. And then I started listening to NCT. And then in 2019, I got into TXT. I started listening to ITZY. And, you know, as the years went on, I got into more and more groups. And here we are now. BTS is not my number one group anymore. They were my number one group for about 4 years, and then ITZY took their spot in 2021. But BTS is my second fave now. But yeah, that is the story on how I got into K-pop. I feel like it was a bunch of just like fate, because like I said, it wasn't even a BTS song that I first heard of. Like, if BTS hadn't released DNA 3 days before I wanted to get into K-pop, like, I wonder who the first group that would have popped up would have been. Like, what would be the song that I would have saw first if they hadn't released DNA? Like, the world may never know. But yeah, that is it for my story time. I hope you all enjoyed. I know it was a little bit all over the place. The first half, I did write a script for, and then after that, I kind of just started YOLOing it. YOLOing? I kind of just started freeballing it, raw dogging it, improving it. Anyways, yeah, look at my nails. They're super cute, super fly, super fresh. And yeah, all right. Cue the outro. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I know it got a little bit all over the place towards the end, but that's because I just like to ramble. If you couldn't tell, I just love to talk. So give this video a like, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, smash that comment button. Comment something, anything you want, any comment, leave a comment. Yeah, that's it for me. I'll see y'all in the next one. Don't know when that's gonna be or what it's gonna be, so stay tuned, stick around. Anyways, bye bye.